It's no easier to pick the winner of this league. Obviously, we got Leipzig going so well. Bayern Munich, even a blind man can see that they're going to come with a run. Alex is putting up Borussia Dortmund. And anyone who doesn't know why I've just done that is because every time I've gone near Dortmund this year, they've let in a 90th minute goal and killed me. But now all of a sudden they've gone out, they've spent money, and have spent good money, by the way. And I think that they are going to be dangerous, I must admit. But you'll be pleased to know I will not go anywhere near them. Now, Rafa, can I have a look at the joint record first, please? Here they are, and you'll see 8.3 units of profit, and they were minus. They've done so well to pull themselves around, and I love the fact that their average price is 2.03, which is plus 103 for our American viewers. And can we have a little look at the individual records, please, Rafa? And 5.4 units for Alex, and Radak is at 2.9, so they've both got their head above water. Radak, I know how competitive you are. I can see it in your eyes that you're going to chase Alex down. Remember, Alex was like 8, 9 units down. It's amazing what you can do when you stick at it. Let's kick off with you then, Alex. We're going to go to Schalke first, and this is a tough game for both sides. We've got Schalke at 2.66, which is plus 166. Draw 3.55, which is plus 255. And we've got Gladbach, who have had an unbelievable season thus far. And Gladbach at 2.8, which is plus 180.
Yes, absolutely incredible season from Gladbach, but also Schalke with David Wagner being one of the best tacticians, in my opinion, from Bundesliga right now. He changed them absolutely brilliant. What they were last season and what they are last season, huge change for this Schalke side, who are right now fighting for the European spots, fifth in the table. Just 3 points under Bayern Munich, so that's not a lot of gap between them and the top 3 in the German Bundesliga. I see a close match, I see an intense match, because we are talking about two good sides here. Also Gladbach, they have a rock-solid defense. I think that, yes, they have the best defense in the league with just 18 goals conceded, and 18 goals in 17 matches is great in the German Bundesliga. Don't think about the other leagues, because in Germany we're talking about something else totally. The reverse match saw a goalless draw with both teams missing some great opportunities. I see another close affair here. The under 2.5 goals has great value in my opinion. But I'm going with high odds here. I'm going for the draw again at 3.5 plus 250 in US odds. Radek Special, Radek X, how he names it. So this is my first bet of the year in the German Bundesliga.
Well, you are going mad, Alex, but I've got to agree with you. I think there's going to be nothing between these two sides. I thought both teams to score maybe 1-1, both teams to score maybe no, under 2.5. Everything's pointing to a 0-0 or 1-0. I mean, if you're totally bonkers, you could go with the under 1.5, 0-0 for long periods. But Radak, I'm going to I know you're not on this game, but just briefly give me a reason why Gladbach have done so well, please.
I didn't expect that, and I can't tell you why. I can only tell you that their coach is an amazing one, and everyone knew this he was not a famous coach in Germany before, because he came from Austria club, from Red Bull Salzburg, and he made a big impact. And yeah, they improved the game a lot, back from old school Dieter Hecking style, who was the coach in the last year, back to a very offensive, powerful, motivated soccer style, where they play high pressure in the kind of like Borussia Dortmund played at the best days some years ago, maybe. So yeah, they are for real one of the biggest surprisings in this first round of the Bundesliga in the year 2019. But they have to continue where they finished last year, and so I think they won't make it to the top because they are really huge underdog versus Leipzig and versus Bayern Munich, who are the way better teams in experience, international experience, and they have the more experienced squad and better players. So at the end, I think Gladbach will struggle, but I hope that they will stay as long as possible on the top to make it more exciting for us to watch.
They also have an impressive squad, if you think. At least the attacking firepower with Thuram, with Embolo, with Alassane Plea. I think that trio is making huge miracles there, and they're playing an amazing attacking football. Plus, if you remember last year, Gladbach in the first half of the season, they were again at the top of the table there. And in the second half of the season, I don't know, everything got ruined for them, and they were at the middle of the table for the majority of time. I think that they failed to win one match in, I don't know, 7-8 rounds, something like that, and they dropped a lot of points and they went down. Thank God for them that they were at the top of the table and they didn't relegate it. But no, I'm joking. They are not a relegation side. I think that they will finish in top 6 because the fight is huge for that top 6 finish. We have the 6 teams that they are right now from Leipzig to Leverkusen with, I don't know how many points they are, 9 points between them. But we have also after that Hoffenheim, we have also Freiburg, and we have also Hertha Berlin, Flash, who I told you they will finish top 10 this
okay,
season.
well listen, I'd just like to go back to me throwing one into Radak. It's live telly, I can do what I like. And he says, I wasn't expecting it, I have nothing to say. And then you added information that people didn't actually know, Radak, and that's what this is all about. It's all about team spirit and confidence in my book for Gladbach, and they are riding a wave. And listen, they say that good habits and winning's a habit, same as losing is a habit, and they are enjoying themselves home and away. Tough fixture this weekend against Schalke. Thank you, gentlemen. Radak, I'm coming to you now. Cologne, 2.8, which is plus 180. The draw is at 3.55, which is plus 255. And Wolfsburg, 2.7, which is plus 170. Radak, this game looks a lot like Schalke and Gladbach.
Yeah, the odds are almost equal, and that's a big fault in my opinion. I don't think the teams are equal, but we have to keep in mind that Cologne won the last 3 games in 2019. How did they manage that before they were a relegation team and everyone saw them in the second league next year? Now they left the relegation slots, and in this game I think you have to bet on the high odds of Wolfsburg here, because I don't think Cologne is really on the same level than Wolfsburg is. Wolfsburg is in place 9 in the standings, and they conceded away less goals than Cologne and scored more goals. They scored only 18 goals. That's not that real strength, but they have Wout Weghorst, who is always good for some goals, at least one. And that's why I think here with an odds of 1.9 on Wolfsburg, Asian handicap 0 means you get back your money if the game finishes in a draw. But I can't see Wolfsburg losing in Cologne because, it's still not a really good team, despite they won the last 3 games in the year 2019. But now we have a new year, and they did their job to Christmas to celebrate a good Christmas. But I have to wait first to how they present themselves here to Wolfsburg. But with these odds, I think you have to bet on Wolfsburg. Asian handicap 0, and that's my banker. If I can have a spoiler here.
Well, you can, but I'll be coming back and asking for your banker again a bit later. Alex, are you talking to yourself?
No, I said that it's a tough place to visit FC Köln or Cologne, however you wanted to say it. But yeah, I think that the value is with Wolfsburg, but I'm really afraid to touch this match.
Well, that's why I didn't come to you. That's why I didn't ask you for your opinion, because you didn't like this game.
But I gave it.
But Wolfsburg double chance looks like the way to go, Alex. So at 1.9, which is minus 110 on the American markets. But Alex, I'm going to come back to you now. We got Augsburg at 5, which is plus 400. Draw 4.5, which is plus 350, and Dortmund 1.66, which is minus 152. How are you going to get this Dortmund win into value?
Please don't spit for the time that I'm talking about Dortmund.
No more. Only once a show. Only once.
Only once per show. Okay, that's enough. Okay. Yes, I told you when we filmed the futures for Bundesliga. I told you that right now they have a striker. And I think that they were missing a striker, a good striker. I think that also they had the time in the winter break to solve some of their defensive issues, if I can say that. Hopefully Hummels will not play, but he will, trust me, he will play because they spent a lot of money on Hummels, so he will play. Hopefully he will have some good partners in that defensive side, so they will, let's say, solve his mistakes if he will do some mistakes. Augsburg, tough team to play against, but Dortmund, I can see them with determination here, entering this match all guns blazing and trying to their best to show that they are one of the contenders for the title in Germany. So I'm going Dortmund and over 1.5 goals in the match at 1.8 minus 125 in US odds.
Okay, I mean, I'll go back to the last game, which was Cologne and Wolfsburg, and I think the winter break came at the wrong time for Cologne. I think it came at the right time for Dortmund, where they had an okay, probably below average for them first half of the season, and now they can kick on and climb the table. So Dortmund and over 1.5 goals at 1.8, which is minus 125. Alex, I'm going to stay with you. Dusseldorf 2.75, which is plus 175. The draw 3.7, which is plus 270 against Werder Bremen at 2.59, which is plus 1.59. These are very tough games you're picking.
Yes, this is a direct fight for the relegation. Both sides are sitting on the red zone. Werder Bremen worse than Dusseldorf, 1 point behind them. So this is a 6-pointer, how we say it, at the top of the table or when we are talking about the relegation zone. Because it's a huge interest for both teams to win this match. I remember that we talked about this Werder Bremen side, and your tip was Werder Bremen to get relegated at the end of the season. And I said that I'm afraid because most of their injuries are back in the team right now, and they had a very bad first half to their season, most of all due to their injuries. Now they prepared well in the winter break. They got some of their injured players back, Rashica, Toprak, Sargent. So I'm really confident that this Werder Bremen side will stay up. I'm going Werder Bremen with Trono bet at 1.88 minus 114 in US odds. So I don't think that Werder Bremen will lose to, let's say, newly promoted Dusseldorf, but basically they are not newly promoted because we passed it, the first half of the season. So yeah, I think that between the two sides, Werder Bremen are the better side.
Okay, well, let's hope Werder Bremen get beat, but because you've bet them now, I've got to hope that it ends in a draw so you don't lose anything and the team's profits keep going up, or at least they stand still in this game. Radak, I'm going to come to you. Hoffenheim 2.4, which is plus 140, draw 3.94, which is plus 294, and Frankfurt at 2.95, which is plus 195. Gentlemen, you are picking some of the toughest ties that typifies the Bundesliga, Radak.
No, that's a kind of really easy game because we have Hoffenheim with 45 goals together in their games, in 17 games. And we have, on the other hand, Frankfurt with 56 goals in 17 games. And if you hear the names Hoffenheim and Frankfurt here in Germany, you know, that there must be goals. And in the first game in this season in Frankfurt, there weren't a lot of goals. I think Frankfurt won 1-0. So now they're playing in Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim played a good year 2019. Frankfurt didn't, but Frankfurt wants to strike back. And for all I can say that I expect some goals here. And if I bet on over 3.0 goals, you get back your money if there are only 3 goals. And the odds for that are 1.9, or in American odds minus 110, if I calculate it correct.
You're doing well. It's not easy, but you are 100% right. In fact, you're having a great show, Radak. Let's hope the winners go with your performance. Alex, you love feeding. You love low-hanging fruit. Paderborn, 4.8, which is plus 380. The draw 4.6, which is plus 360. And Leverkusen at 1.65, which is minus 155. Leverkusen, and what is your bet?
You can simply take also Leverkusen at 1.65 on their own. They are approaching that 1.7 that I usually play against the last team in the standings, Paderborn. But for a better value, I'm taking Leverkusen and over 1.5 goals again at 1.8 minus 125. And I think that Leverkusen is a top side. Will finish again. It's one of the teams which will finish in top 6. Absolutely brilliant squad. Kai Havertz, one of my favorites. His first half to the season wasn't very impressive, but right now his boss, Peter Bosz, said that the training camp in Spain was very prolific and very positive, and he's expecting something very good from all his squad, but especially from Kai Havertz. So it should be one of the games Veni, Vidi, Vici, from Leverkusen. 3 points more and start the year on the right foot. I don't know. I was thinking, I beg you, bookies, bring it on at 1.7 for Leverkusen till the time of the match. But I think that Leverkusen can score on their own 2 goals against a very, very poor Paderborn side who will get relegated at the end of the season. So yeah, at 1.8 minus 125, again, the same bet as in Dortmund.
Love that, Alex. Veni, Vidi, Vici. Love that. Okay. Last one, last say. Radak, what are you going with in this game?
Yeah, in English for the non-Latinos, I saw a conquer, and I couldn't agree more on this Alex pick, Alex classic, almost, isn't it? And I think Leverkusen's the way better team, and they are under their abilities with place 6 after the first 17 games, and I think they will make a statement win here against Paderborn. That's why I put something on top and go with Asian handicap -1 on Leverkusen, which gives me around 1.95 up to equal odds, a fair odd of 2.0 or just -100, isn't it?
Yeah, it's -105. It's at 1.95 on the European -105. Alex, give me your banker, please.
It's really difficult, but I must go with Leverkusen and over 1.5 goals at 1.8 -125.
Okay, excellent. And that's been Alex and Radak going through Bundesliga. We've got Radak saying he has nothing to add and then gives us some pearls of wisdom on how well Gladbach have done. And then we have I saw, I conquer from Alex and Radak. The education does not stop here at sportsbookreview.com. Remember, it's an absolute minefield, the Bundesliga, but these boys, they've got away from the quicksand and they're now firmly on good ground. I thank you both,